How's it going? Jackson here. Welcome back to Daily Endeavours for Sunday the 10th of August. So I will have time codes within the description if you're just looking for one thing and you just want to fast forward to that. But I'll run through 4 of these. I don't think Patrolling Horror is very good, just on the basis that it's just super unreliable. It's very exciting, that's for sure. But I think Wild or Domestic Animals, skills with active skill styles, Alchemy skill, these are good. And Guild Daily if you kind of don't want to spend anything on Alchemy. If you don't have any. But, just running around for a little bit, finding 2 Alchemy reagents, and then killing a couple of skivers in wherever there was one. Oh, cats are fighting. You'll be able to find the stuff for this. But yeah, Guild Daily's not too bad either. The reason I don't like Imperial City Patrolling Horrors is just picture like Cyrodiil, picture a world boss, and just picture trying to fight the world boss with like other players running around. You're not always going to get killed, but there is the instance where like you'll just be fighting the world boss, and just before it dies, you'll get killed by somebody else, and they get the kill on the world boss, and you get nothing. So it's a lot easier to fail this than any of the other options. Like, it's kind of hard to fuck these up. I'll be honest with you. So, yeah, this one here, I just still steer clear with it. As I said, it's definitely very exciting. But, yeah, not very good for reliability's sake. Because, like, I assume most people just, like, they're not just going to be able to kill a boss and fight players at the same time. You got to know what you're doing. And in that case, those kinds of people are probably not going to be watching this video. So what is a skill style? If you see this icon next to a skill, that means you have a skill style that you can activate. So for example, I've got this one here for Venom Skull. The easiest one to get in the game, if you don't have any yet, is to complete the second era of scribing, which is the very first quest in the scribing skill line. Now that this is base game, everybody has access to this. This quest can take like 5 minutes. You can just run straight through, and like honestly, you can do this without finding a single thing. You can like skip through most of the stuff, and what you'll get for completing that is the Orchid Purple skill style for Soul Trap. Everybody's got Soul Trap. It's very quick to do this, so everybody's basically going to have access to Orchid Purple as long as you like do anything to do with scribing. So it's going to just going to put this on our quick slot, our skill bar. And in this room here, you've got target dummies. This is also available to everyone. As soon as you complete second era of scribing, this room will also unlock, and it'll give you access to these target dummies. I think this is an instance area, so nobody else can actually come in here and stop you from doing this anyway, so it's even better. So all you do is just make sure this little paintbrush is on this thing here, the additional skill style, and all you do is just cast a skill on one of these target dummies. There we go, we're up to 5 now. Now, the other really easy one to use is Vigor. You've got Soothing Blue. So this comes from the Wing of the Nesh. So in the questline for scribing, you've got second era of scribing, Wing of the Indrik, and then you can choose one of 3. You can go Wing of the Dragon, Wing of the Griffin, or Wing of the Netch. And Wing of the Netch, definitely takes longer than second era and Wing of the Indrik. But once you get Vigor Soothing Blue, you don't need a target for this. You can just go, you can be anywhere, and as long as you've got Vigor, you can just cast Vigor, and that works instead. So you can see there, I'm just spamming it. So if I was out in a tavern somewhere, I could still just cast this and get it over with. Okay, now on to Wild or Domestic Animals. So another great thing about the scribing questline is you get access to the wings. So might be a little spoilers here, sorry, but you got the Wing of the Indrik, Wing of the Netch, Wing of the Griffin, and Wing of the Dragon. I don't think Wing of the Dragon has any critters, but these 3 here do. So Wild or Domestic Animals, these are critters. So anything with 1 HP is basically a wild or domestic animal for this endeavor. So you got rabbits, you got deers in here, and then in the Netch you've also got like sort of insecty sort of things. So what you can do is you can kind of do 2 of these at once. You can do the skill styles as well if you cast Soul Trap on these things, or whatever skill you've got that has an active skill style. So for example, I'll just use Skull over here. Let's check this one on. So what you can do is just throw this out at the critters and do both of them at once. You just need to have access to these areas here. If you haven't completed the wing quests to get to each of these areas, you won't have access to these. But yeah, once you do them once, it's like really good because these are instants, so it means that you won't see players in here, so they won't kill your critters, which is a problem for the rest of the areas that I usually use. Quickest place to find wild or domestic animals in the game, I think, regardless of like what, like if you don't own any wayshrines or anything, Devil's Watch Wayshrine, you start with this by default. If you go slightly northeast, there are spiders here. These count as wild or domestic animals, and there's lots of them here. So you've got all these ones up here. These will count. The only thing that doesn't count are the large ones that are like genuine hostiles. Sorry, this is in Stonefalls, so it's northeast side, Devil's Watch. Area number 2 is Monkey's Rest in Oregon. So just northwest of the wayshrine that you start with by default. That's the easiest way to get here if you don't have this wayshrine. You start here, just go up this road here, down here, get this wayshrine, and then easy access to this point. You've got lots of monkeys here. Yeah, surprise, surprise. Option number 3 is Divad's Chagrin, basically. This oasis here. This has got goats in it all over the place. The quickest way to get here if you don't have these wayshrines is use House of the Silent Magnifico through Home Tours. So what I would do is just go Home Tours, Browse Homes, go down to H, and House of the Silent Magnifico. Just look this one up. Go to one of these houses, doesn't matter which one, it's free, and you just go out the front door, it'll take you to Alchemy Desert. From here, just go down this road, through here, get this wayshrine, and then you've got easy access to this oasis from this point on. There's other places, but honestly, I don't think you need any more than these, because the critters usually respawn pretty quick. So just keep trying them, see how it goes. Okay, crafting with alchemy. So I suggest you only use poisons for this, because potions at base give you 1, poisons at base give you 4. So if you max level in alchemy, you can use potions, sure, but at level 1 in alchemy, you can use grease or ichor. These are the two that you want to look at. So these poison solvents, you can get these from like monsters, like skeevers, wolves, like insect type enemies like spiders, usually from them. And yeah, you only need 1 of these to get this done. And same thing with the reagents here. You only need 1 of each. The only thing is you need to make sure the reagents work together. To be able to make sure that they work, so you go... you need to look at this word here. If it says inert, don't do it. If it says unknown, that's what you're looking for. So if I go these two... Oh yeah, oh yeah, there you go. Cool. So unknown. So as long as it says that, it means these will work. They'll create a potion of some kind, or poison of some kind. But it's these ones here that you don't know. These will work together. You just don't know which ones they are yet. But just craft those, and that'll be it. So we'll just go this. And you can see there we've created our poison here. And with high level alchemy, you'll get 16 at a time from one craft. So yeah, so you go way overkill, but yeah, just use poisons. It's simpler. So you can get everything from guild halls or guild stores, but sometimes it can be very expensive. So these flesh ray lava, it's pretty good value there. But if I go poison solvent. Yeah, like you can't use these at max level. You can't use these at level 1 if you don't have alchemy maxed. So yeah, it's got to be a bit careful of that stuff. Alright, so next up we've got guild dailies. So there's only 5 that you can choose from. There's the Mage's Guild daily here. There's the Fighter's Guild daily where you do 1 dolmen, and then there's the Undaunted daily. Undaunted pledges don't work still for fucking whatever reason. But yeah, the Undaunted delve does work. And Thieves Guild Heist, Dark Brotherhood Black Sacraments also work. Now with ESO Plus being a free trial right now, you can do heists and Black Sacraments, but you need to have progressed through the quest lines in those zones to get access to those. So usually people who just have ESO Plus free trial now probably don't have those anyway. My preferred way for the 3 base game options here, which is the Mage's Guild, Undaunted Daily, and then the Fighter's Guild one, like I said, I usually like the public dungeon because it's instant, so the chest that you need to interact with is kind of invisible to other people, so they can't fuck with the enemies that you need to kill like they can with like the Undaunted Daily delve. Because if someone kills the boss of a delve, then you've got to wait for it to respawn. It's fucking annoying. And then the Fighters Guild Dolmen dailies, some of those can be absolute arse. Like, some of the locations of those dolmens can be painful. But that one's usually not too bad either if you've got the Wayshrines unlocked. But yeah, this one here is usually what I go with. Alright, so it's just a chest in one of the public dungeons. So go to the journal, go show on map, and it'll show you which public dungeon it is. So as an example here, we've got the Vile Manse. So this is in Reaper's March. Naturally, you won't have any of these Wayshrines nearby. So what I advise is this. Let me just quickly check. Yeah, Strident Springs Dimine. Just pick one of these, doesn't matter which one. So this will be like similar to the way you get to any of the other public dungeons if you haven't been before. You just look through... I'll link this in the description. It'll be the UESP page for player housing, and you just look up the zone, and just look for houses, and there'll be a thing that you can look up for where to find it on the map, and then you can just look at the map. You can see it here, so we just travel from here and get to the Wayshrine here for Vile Manse. It will be a little bit annoying at first because it'll take you into an area with enemies in it, but yeah, that's just one of the ways you can get to public dungeons easier without like having to go through the whole zone just to get there. Yeah, we rocked up here, so you can just go through here, down here, and then get to Fort Grimwatch that way. Alright, here we are at the public dungeon. So that took just a few minutes riding from that house over here. Though I have a full speed mount though. It'll probably take longer if you don't have a very fast character. But it'll probably take longer anyway on the other options too. Right, so I'll just point out for Vile Manse, the quest, you need to start the quest in order to get access in. There'll be a book somewhere, and then to get access to the key, thanks Cat, sitting on the mouse, thanks mate. To get the key, where is it? The key is in these boots, I believe. So you just loot the key with the quest, and then the trapdoor over here is what you're headed to. Alright, so public dungeons are full of enemies. So the chest is always found at the group event for these places. What you can do is, I like to use this. It's like a Nightblade cloak build. What I do is I mix Vigor with siphoning attacks and cloak. And what I do is I'll cast Vigor to heal myself, and then I'll siphoning attacks while moving. And that way you can basically keep up cloak almost indefinitely. You just have to exit cloak for a second just to Vigor and put cloak back up. And then you just keep spamming siphoning. Okay, here we are. So the group event is not active, so that's good. So we can just grab this, and that's literally it. So now what I do is I go Deshan. I have this house here. So what you can do is buy this house for, I think it's 13,000. It might be more than that, but what you do is you just buy this house, and then you can travel to this house from here. So instead of having to go back out of the public dungeon back to the Wayshrine and fucking around so much, you can just do this instead and just save yourself so much trouble. Yeah, that is a tens of thousands of gold well spent, in my opinion. Alright, hand that one in, and that one's done. The other two, the Fighters Guild one and the Undaunted Delve, they're basically the same thing, except there's lots of delves, so you can go into all sorts of places, and the rewards are a little bit different. The different scripts, I think these are Mages Guild dailies, these are Fighters Guild dailies, these are Undaunted dailies. So yeah, if you also want these, and they're curated, so each time you do one of these, you'll get one that you don't have yet on that character. So also just consider that, but I still think for just doing these endeavors as quick as you possibly can, the Mages Guild ones are best. I don't really like the Undaunted ones, but I do agree that like usually you need the most Undaunted ones to do this, because I find the other dailies can be a pain in the ass to do. So I'm just going to go through the other two, which are Heist and Black Sacrament. Alright, so for Heists, in order to get access to them, in the zone guide, look here, and you need to complete the long game, to the third quest. For Gold Coast, where's the Gold Coast. Sorry, Gold Coast. For this, it's a lesson in science. So again, it's about halfway through the quest line. That's the 5th one. So this one, even though it's 5, I still think this one's quicker to do usually than the ones for the Thieves Guild. But at the same time, the Thieves Guild one, with Heist, you can't get a bounty, whereas the Black Sacraments you do. And if you just want to do it as fast as possible, yes, I do agree you can do Black Sacraments quicker, but if you just kill the dude as soon as you see him, like, you get a huge fucking bounty. If you use Vampirism or Bladed Boy, it's fine, but yeah, it's kind of rough. You can get a small bounty there, and that can be painful sometimes. I personally don't mind, because I just log off and it goes away. But yeah, I'll just go through the heist just in case, because this one usually takes a little longer. So the thing that's most important about these guild dailies, or the heists or the Black Sacraments, is you can completely botch this in every single way, and you'll still get the heist done for the Endeavor. It doesn't matter. The only thing you get is like more XP for the skill line, which, in my personal opinion, this is biased, but it's like my opinion. This skill line is like completely fucking pointless. Like I don't use any of it. Black Sacraments, the Dark Brotherhood, I kind of do, but up to a certain point. I think neither of them is like super important. So for the Thieves Guild, it's a little different. You have to go find chests and you have to unlock them, and you'll get items from them. They'll appear as like a quest icon when you get close to them. Okay, so here's the biggest problem you're going to have, is there's going to be traps, and there's going to be these guys here. So if you get too close to them, they're going to have like rings around them. You can't actually cloak in these rings. So Knife Blades don't really... They are better in here, but they're not perfect like they are in like other content. So you can kill these guys, but the issue in the heists is going to be that even though you can kill them, even though like nobody saw you do it still, like, it's still apparently you're detected, so it's shit. It's stupid. What I do instead is I just kill the people here. I don't care about the getting it done on time. I just prefer finding the treasures as like without worrying about not getting spotted, because otherwise you're waiting for these guys to go past, and it's just, yeah, you're gonna just spend time just waiting there like that. So you can jump over the traps, and I would advise you do that, because the traps do a lot of damage to you. Now if you go crouch, you can actually see the traps before you get hit by them. There's another one of these guys, so I'm just going to kill this dude. Alright, so something that will really help in here, Leisure Domain, the locksmith passive. Making you able to force locks constantly will just speed up like how you do this one so much faster. But yeah, it takes a long time leveling up Leisure Domain to be able to do that. Okay, so yeah, now we just got to leave. So I still have a minute. I wonder if I can reach that in time. There is a guy here still. Oh, it's the big dude. So this is all of the Heist and Black Sacraments. They've got like big enemies like this. Maybe in 2015 when this came out, they would have been tough, but yeah, they're fuck it all. Yeah, I completely failed the bonus objective, but it really doesn't matter. The only thing about the bonus objective you get is like what? Chance at a really cheap motif, and I will admit, Savara's Scales, there's like niche applications for that, and you can sell certain items for that set can sell for a lot, but the odds of you getting anything meaningful aside from that is like so low. And it is like the stars have to align for you to get an item that's like really good. So just hand that in. Got a statue of Lorna Goods, and you do need to like sweat basically to actually get an item like that. It takes ages. I'd rather just do the guild daily as fast as I can. Okay, that's everything I think. So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. I've pretty much done all the Golden Pursuit stuff. It's just the harvesting resources, which I'll do at a later date. That one's going to take ages. I don't really have the time until like later this week, but I will get to doing that eventually. Everything else is done. But thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. See you next time, and take care.